I'll be honest by saying I wanted to wait until a lot of the details came out about the situation before I spoke on it. And even now, this is more of a video of me acknowledging it and giving you, on a surface perspective, just until I'm able to find out all the details that come out surrounding Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf, where this black student killed this white student apparently because he was in the wrong seat and some. Yeah, I mean, let's just dive into a little bit of it. Metcalf's mother and brother disagree with their father, Austin's father's approach to forgive Carmelo.
I heard your husband say within hours of this that he forgave this other young man, and he got there so quickly. And I honestly don't know that I could. And I just want to see, and I don't know if there's a right or a wrong place to be, especially as quickly as this has happened. Megan, how do you feel on that front today?
I am not like their dad. I am so angry at that boy. It's just not fair. That's all I have.
I understand.
I'd like to say
It's
it's forgave, not forgotten, but I'm not at that point yet to forgive that kid for what he did to my brother. Because, 17 years, my best friend just there in the blink of an eye, I lost him. So I'm not at that point.
I heard your husband.
Now, whether Metcalf's tone was incorrect, whether he was disrespectful, whether he was overly, not necessarily physically aggressive. Physically aggressive, that's another thing, but he could have did all that, but that doesn't warrant death. And the fact that we have my people celebrating this. They're even celebrating this in a racist way. I'll show that to you. I promise you, I'm going to show that to you. However, before I do, just look at pictures, look at stuff like this. Carmelo Anthony deserves the same fate as the poor kid he murdered in cold blood. So we agree on that part. But look, hey, man, you're in the wrong seat. I'm going to effing kill you. That's not a good response to that. Is this what happened exactly? No, I'm sure this is not happened. This is not what took place exactly. But for the most part, when you summarize the whole thing, it starts off as somebody saying, "Hey, you're in the wrong seat," and it ends with somebody dead. Somebody said, "Not what happened." Witnesses said he was grabbed by the brothers. One thing I was taught, fight if you have to, but don't go looking for trouble because you don't know what they have or what anyone else is going through. They didn't get that lesson, I guess. Imagine making excuses for stabbing someone at a school event. Innocent kids don't bring knives to a track meet. Which brings me to the point that I was going to make next. Why the hell does this kid have a knife at school? There's so much misinformation coming out surrounding this, y'all, that I can't confirm some of these claims. I'm just keeping it real. And y'all know I like to follow up with, I may have, last video I said this, but I learned XYZ. I'm always follow up with the truth. See this? They hashtag free him. Carmelo Anthony is an American hero. Now, remember I said that they are celebrating in a racist way as well? Look at this. Look at the caption of this. I'm not even going to read it. You probably have to zoom in. Oh, I got you. Hold on. I can do this, right? Oh, nope. It won't let me. Sorry. Oh, wait. Now you're looking at me. My fault. See this? Gets it.
You know what the difference between these two men is? One of them was assaulted before they turned to violence. The other one wasn't even talked to.
People are so intellectually dishonest, it pisses me off, bro. Yes, you're right. He wasn't talked to. However, women and children that were surrounding the area as well, that he was occupying as well, they were in fear for their lives. They didn't know what was going to happen. And he decided to step in and help. He didn't go in there to kill the man. This is the part where Democrats are so disingenuous. It's like he didn't go, oh, you know what? I'm going to put him in a headlock. I'm going to unalive him. At least, you know, if he did, I wasn't there. I wasn't in his mind. I'm going to have to say that. But it seems to me like he was just trying to protect the people on that bus. We can argue about things being taken too far. I'm going to start it over because I know y'all like, yo, play the video, young man.
You know what the difference between these two men is? One of them was assaulted before they turned to violence. The other one wasn't even talked to. One of them had to tell their assailant, put your hands on me again and find out what happens. The other one had to take his AirPods out, put the Soldier of Fortune magazine he was reading back into his little backpack and walk across a subway car to choke someone out. One of them was defending themselves from violence. The other one was defending strangers against words. This is important, so listen up. I'm not defending what either of these men did. But if you defended one of them, you better fucking defend the other one. Because if you defended this one, but you're not defending this one, even though this one was actually attacked, guess what that makes you? Racist.
Man, just go tell your friends the truth about you, bro. Stop hiding it. That's the only thing I can say about looking at this guy. This guy likes to win every argument. I genuinely don't even want to give him no time and no effort. Sometimes I'll be having to take a breather, man, because the ignorance, I know I got to present this information to y'all, but, you know, I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect human. Frisco police are launching an investigation after school media users started spreading fake details about the murder of Austin Metcalf. Multiple anonymous accounts were launched on social media in an effort to justify the murder of Metcalf and defend Karmelo Anthony. According to the Frisco Police Department, anonymous accounts claiming to be the Frisco Police Department and calling county officials were launched to spread fake information about the murder.
Just because the kid was mad, my son is not here anymore, and I don't understand it.
Tell me about Austin. What do you want her to know about your boy?
He was the most amazing kid. Oh, so smart. He had college football guys looking at him to play in college. His goal was to play in college. He just wanted to play football. His life was going to the gym and working out and being a leader on his football team, and he just had such ambitions and a drive that it's hard to find in a kid. And he's just such a good spirit, and so many kids loved him, and his brother's lost his best friend.
They're twins, right?
Yeah, identical twins. Yeah. They've been like, they are the best of friends. Like, just, I'm so worried about my son, because he's gonna have to face this world alone now, because he had a brother that was with him the whole time, and now he's gonna have to do it alone. And I'm just so worried about him. I really am.
Was Hunter with Austin today?
He was. They made him go away when they were doing CPR on him, but he was there when he was stabbed, and he was holding, I guess, the wound to keep it from. He was trying to save his brother, but I think he said he saw when he took his last breath and before the CPR came back in. So for what I heard, he was unresponsive for 5 minutes. They were able to revive him a little, but I think it was too little too late.
What can the community do for your family?
They need to support the kids at the school. Austin was loved by so many people. They need to know that there's other people out there for them and not against them, you know. And Frisco Memorial has got a football program it's in a process, and we want everybody to know that it's a family and they're there together. So.
Yeah, this is just tough for me to watch this, man. As a parent myself, as a father, I couldn't imagine. The fact that we got black people celebrating this, though. Come on, y'all. We got to do better, man.
Black people are defending the murder of Austin Metcalf. The 17-year-old black individual Karmelo Anthony stabbed Austin Metcalf in the heart. Now, black people are going around saying that this is self-defense. This is stand your ground. He had every right to do this. Now, this is the problem with black people. We'll sit back and defend murderers and killers, people who do wrong. We're going to sit back and defend this little bastard as if he's God's greatest gift to the world. Even if the kid was getting bullied, that's not how you handle and solve your disagreements. You don't just go around stabbing people and say, well, that's what he gets. The only reason why black people are saying is because he's white.
He's black.
Black people.
Oh, well, his victim is white, but because he's black.
Is because he's white. Black people think that any kind of action, no matter how severe it is, if it's done to a white person by a black person, it's okay. We push this hatred and this racial fucking revenge so much, it's going to backfire on us, and we're not going to like the end result. This is the clearest example of racism coming from the black community that we can see today.
As y'all can see, I have nothing to say. I'm just really disappointed right now. You got GoFundMes. Thousands of people in the black community have rallied around Karmelo Anthony and given over $160,000 to his family as a reward for murdering a white kid. Let's get through this video, man. New information has been released that Karmelo Anthony had previously been suspended for bringing a knife to school, and his friends told police that he had said in prior days he wanted to stab someone. That sounds premeditated to me. I mean, like he was just waiting on somebody to... The murder was 100% premeditated. Just sitting in their tent was just his excuse. Yep, CBS News Texas has learned from law enforcement sources involved in an investigation that 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony, pictured in the left, the suspect in the murder of a 17-year-old Austin Metcalf, had previously been suspended for bringing a knife to school. And he apparently was skipping school when he stabbed Austin.
You want to know just how deep the hatred runs in the so-called left? Look no further than this right here. Now, in most sane cases, you would not have a GoFundMe put up for anybody who takes somebody else's life unprovoked. And I mean what I say. Because the only provocation for taking somebody's life is when yours is about to be taken. And that's not what this story was. But nevertheless, here we are today with a GoFundMe up. And this is actually, this is history. He has almost met his goal as far as how much money they're looking to raise in order to pay off his legal fees. That's right, folks. Instead of allowing this young man to face the consequences of the actions that he took, they're going to absolve him of those consequences. That's where we're at in America today. If you are black, if you are part of the alphabet community, if you're a part of any so-called marginalized group of people, likelihood is the left is going to let you slide. As a matter of fact, they're going to prop you up and turn you into some type of hero. And I am calling it right now. They're going to make this dude right here a hero. They're going to march for him. And he's the one who's still alive.
And that's part of the reason why I didn't want to make this video, because I already knew, like, sort of speechless about this. And then I'm doing exactly what I didn't want to do, which was be in between clips. Just because, I mean, I'm just I'm dissecting all this information, man, and it just gives me a wide range of emotions. There's a certain level of furious. There's a certain level of confused. There's a certain level of, you know, what the hell is going on with this world? We have CJ Pearson here.
Yo, I'm going to have to pop off for a little bit. The tribalism in the black community needs to end. It needs to end. Point blank period, it needs to end. The same people who tried to make George Floyd a hero, who built statues of the man and compared him to MLK, are now trying to make 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony, who stabbed to death an innocent young boy, simply because he touched his backpack, a victim. Someone who committed cold-blooded murder, a victim. A victim of circumstance, a victim of retaliation, whatever. I don't care. There is no world in which Karmelo Anthony is a victim. We need to divorce ourselves from this false notion that just because someone looks like us, we need to defend everything that they do. That's how we end up defending people like R. Kelly. That's how we end up defending people like O.J. Simpson. That's how we end up defending people like Bill Cosby. It's wrong. I don't care what you look like, if you're blue, green, yellow, orange, white, orange, or turquoise. If you do wrong, I'm going to call balls and strikes. Wrong is wrong. And what Karmelo Anthony did was point blank wrong. Murder is wrong. This should not be profound. It is simply common sense. Or at least I thought it was. And so to all these black social justice warriors online saying that we need to hear the other side, here is the primary fact that we're dealing with. A young boy is dead over a backpack because of a kid who didn't know how to control himself because of the conditions around which he was raised. And that is a travesty. But that doesn't make him a victim.
Far from a victim. My prayers goes out to the Metcalf family. I don't know. We just got to wait for all of this to come out. Or more details. Tribalism is definitely harmful. I'm reading comments right now. This guy say, shut your dumb A up. You're a complete self-centered sellout. Do you realize that he put his hands on Karmelo Anthony first? So are we going to ignore the fact that Austin Metcalf was a bully way before he met Karmelo? You effing idiot. George Floyd had a knee up on his neck by someone who is supposed to protect him, you effing idiot. And nothing you're saying is true. You effing house in. Sometimes, man, I just look at the world and I want to be like, I just don't care no more, okay? Like, I be looking at Trump like, bro, really, dog? Like, you could have just been sitting on the island, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Is this even worth the humanity? Y'all be safe. Please go check with somebody today. You could be saving their life and their nerves. I'll catch you in the next video.